Então deixa eu arrumar aqui. Bolsa. Chave, celular, tablet, live. Tchau, meu anjo.
Você tá usando o tablet na live mesmo?
Tô.
Fica tocando música.
É, a música, o VPN, a internet do carro. E fica no celularzinho velho, tá com a tela quebrada, fica o chat. E no tablet fica o aplicativo da Uber com mapa de demanda. Aqui nesse parte e aqui fica o jogo.
Ah, tá.
No Rei dele.
Tá,
O pessoal não repara na música, mas repara no Rei dele.
Não, é que às vezes...
A música fica baixinha.
A música você pode até deixar alto, mas quando a cliente conversar com você...
Aí abaixa.
Daí não vai ficar...
Tá bom. Saindo de casa. Configurei. Tava com problema para abrir a live hoje, viu? A segunda-feira eu vou precisar ir até uma loja da Claro para arrumar o meu pacote da internet da live. Porque a internet que eu tô hoje não tá sendo suficiente. Então tô abrindo aqui o portão de casa. Abri a live lá na minha sala porque tava com bastante problema hoje para abrir. Então vamos abrir o portão, guardar aqui guardar as tranqueiras aqui no carro. Deixa eu já colocar o celular no lugar. Já vou arrumar o ângulo, ele deve estar todo torto. Meu cooler com a minha comida, minha bebida. Arrumar o banco. Ai, ai. E vamos até umas meia-noite hoje de novo. Queria ter trabalhado mais hoje, não deu. Então amanhã a gente vai ter que tirar o atraso das promoções, né? Mas a gente fez 30 corridas ontem. Provavelmente vamos fazer aí mais umas 20 e poucas, quase 30 hoje. Se der fazer 30, deu. E aí sobra só 30 para amanhã. Tem que fazer 90 no final de semana para bater a promoção. Carregador 1. Liga o celular do Uber. Fechou. Chave. Caraca, é todo um processo, hein, para começar a trabalhar. Pelo amor de Deus. As luzinhas do carro, né? Fica legal. Deixa eu só arrumar aqui. Esse aqui. Não. Isso, agora sim. Esse celular aqui fica no celular da live. Tem o tablet aqui. Vamos já preparar o aplicativo. Vamos fazer um turno de 8 horas. Queria que ele tivesse sido pelo menos de 10 horas. Mas eu vou tentar não parar. Hoje não preciso abastecer, porque eu deixei o carro pronto de ontem já. Já tá abastecidinho, tudo tranquilo, tudo no esquema. O volume tá no 20. Fechou. Tira o Wi-Fi. Dados móveis. Roteador. Liga um VPN. Olha, tô abrindo até o aplicativo errado aqui. Abri o aplicativo do banco em vez de abrir o do... Ixi, não foi não. Atualizar. Fechou, fechou. Uber. Vamos lá. Tirar o carro da garagem. fechar a garagem. Prontinho, vamos lá. Temos um dinâmicozinho aqui aparecendo aqui na nossa região. Vamos lá buscar. Já vou virar a câmera para fora, só terminar de arrumar aqui as coisas aqui dentro. Deixa eu arrumar o ângulo da câmera lá para fora. Tá um pouquinho torto, né? Tem que levantar um pouquinho o lado direito. Deixa eu ver. Levantar um pouquinho o lado direito. Perfeito. Perfeito. Isso aí. 4 horas de sabadão, pegar o finalzinho do movimento da tarde e rezar para chegar ali no movimento da noite, né? O movimento da noite tem que ser bom. Deixa eu ver como é que tá o clima lá fora, se tá muito quente. Conector. Tá atualizado. O upload tá de boa. Vou ligar aqui o meu proxy. E vamos ver se a gente consegue. Eita! Caraca! Abriu dinâmica aqui na região inteira. Tô num 4,25 de dinâmico aqui, mano. Nice! Vamos ligar o X e vamos ser felizes hoje. Só dirigir, fazer corridinha de boa. Porra, mano, Tupi, mano. O que eu vou fazer em Tupi, mano? Não quero ir pra Tupi, não. Vambora, vai. Santa Terezinha. Vou me aventurar. Vamos buscar o Gustavo. O Gustavo está em Santa... Tá na... Ih, cancelou? Qual foi, Gustavo? Não quer, não? Tá bom, vamos... McDonald's da Armando Salles de Oliveira. Não vou colocar música hoje não, hein? Hoje eu vou assistir. Vou ficar aqui escutando o campeonato de arena. in the soda, in the sultans of swing. George, play. Oh, Tiger toads.
He plays, I don't know, I want to say he plays more major, but he plays at Hong Kong. His two majors are slamming it last season. I think it's kind of fire. He was the highest rated mage. It's a big fact checking on this, but he was the highest rated mage in North America.
Found rookie in
in
Zico.
So he's a really solid player. And I think we definitely have a good shot with this matchup we've seen in Europe. It seems like we go back and forth. Either side can win. I'm curious what they're going to do. Like you mentioned, they didn't beat them. So what's their confidence feeling like? Maybe they were overly confident on the page. It's hard to say.
It's interesting because catfish, obviously, when we think of catfish, we think, oh, catfish is a role. We used to think of Nick. It was also, I think when he came on, his nickname was Nick Miller, right?
Yeah.
Because it is cool to see, though, two rogue mains going head-to-head. They used to kind of be the big competition for each other on that rogue class, and now they're going head-to-head as mages. Yeah, it's kind of a tall order to climb. We have seen this matchup go both ways, FMP and Outlaw R&B. I think it depends on who you ask. Just didn't lead with this. Days is going to have to come in cold here, and sometimes that can be an advantage because you have kind of a fresh perspective, and you're just kind of ready to go. Sometimes also a disadvantage. We'll see what happens here. Tiger Gold, all the match points.
Tatiele. Vamos buscar Tatiele ali no McDonald's da Armando Salles de Oliveira.
Young is going to dodge it, and so is Kearney, both of them in angel form here, deflecting that over.
Cavish plays very reckless on the mage. He's always in the face looking for crowd control, 10,000 APM with all that haste, but he gets caught to a stun, and it could get dropped. Looking for a polymorph, manages to find it, shimmering back. Big heals, Nick could easily fall, and that's going to be the ice block. Great offensive plays there by Tiger Toads as they strike for his blood.
Yeah, really, really good push there, and already getting that ice block, but meanwhile, Kearney had to use his trinket, so a little bit of a difference there in how they're rotating cooldowns. He went straight out that first ice block rather than use Junk's first trinket. Base getting here, this moment.
Cara idiota, mano.
Set up the name, stand up Kearney.
Parelha do lado da gente, quer sair na frente, né? Pra parar no outro farol, mano.
I don't know if they're going to have enough damage here for Calvish. Nice vortex there.
Fala sério, mano.
Calvish now finally getting ripped back to safety. Daze is all over Nick at this point. Get some bleach rock in here onto Daze as well. To make the swap there, but no, they're going to just crowd control it instead. Full cyclone onto Daze as they look to make their next.
Travou a internet, mas já trava não, pô. Vamos buscar a Tatiele.
Bush here. Agriculture, I feel like they need to try to get in there and get a kidney shot now because now there's 2 back-to-back setups happening here against them, and Caldas could be forced to the ice block.
Boa tarde, tudo bem? É Tatiele, né? Joia. Boa tarde. Vamos para Maria Guilhermina Lopes Fagundes 319.
Isso.
Beleza.
Ah, eu não tinha visto. Nossa, mas só vi. Meu óculos. Pode ser meu óculos.
Quer que feche um pouco a janela? A gente não tá acostumado com esse friozinho, né?
Mas ele é gostoso, viu?
Ah, não, mas eu tava pedindo tanto por ele.
É, então.
Trabalho o dia inteiro no calor.
Não tem aquele calor, não. O pessoal todo mundo fica doente, né? Só em criança.
É.
Tempo já começa. A gente muda assim, uma hora pra outra. Olha esse carro.
É carro de egoísta, só cabe ele no carro. Não tem... É carro de 2 lugares.
O tamanho da frente do carro também.
É porque o motor que precisa por causa do tamanho do motor que tem ali dentro. É,
Ah, isso aí é carro de... Isso aí pode...
é magnata aquilo ali.
Que nada, eu vou desfilar com o meu carro. É só pra desfilar, igual o Porsche. Eu sempre fico com tem vários. Nossa, beleza,
Tá interditado aqui. Vai gostar de fazer obra, viu?
Pegou mania do outro prefeito no finalzinho.
Na verdade, ele está fazendo uma coisa que eu achei muito legal. Ele deu continuidade nas coisas que o outro prefeito está fazendo. Normalmente um prefeito abandona o que o outro está fazendo e quer fazer só o dele, né? O Elinho não, o Elinho pegou as coisas do biruta do Luciano Almeida e está terminando o que o Luciano começou.
É que ele começou a fazer as coisas pelo último ano.
É,
Acho que guardou todos os orçamentos que foi aprovado. E eu vou fazer tudo. Sobrou bastante dinheiro.
Ice block, which I guess so many people have. He's got the trinket, he's got the guardian, he's got the swamp. Shank completely carry the game to keep his mage alive. It's going to have to. He might have to make the trade. Full cyclone lands. Shank trades out his trinket to keep him alive.
Yeah, and Nick just this one for only 50 seconds to get that ice block back. Caldas still has 1 left in his back pocket. It's a very even game at this point in time. They've done a great job here on Welcome to the Jungle to kind of try to recover. Kearney gets caught up in the full field. He's going to Will of Forsaken. He gets stunned on his Will of Forsaken into a full sheep. Beautiful setup, Caldas. What are you going to do? It's going to be the ice block. What an insane counter-aggressive play there. Kearney wants to find that fear back onto Jung. Are they going to get it here? It looks like they will finally connect with it, but no, it's going to be the Ring of Frost. Instead, he's going to fear up Drake here in that position, and Kearney now finds himself in a full cyclone. I think Caldas could be toast here if they have the damage. Ice Wall is going to drop here as well, buying a little bit of extra time there with Kearney out of the game, but Caldas is going to be able to kite, stay alive, and get back into line of sight. But Nick now, he's got an ice block, and if he can hold on for another 30 seconds, he's going to have a second ice block, but it might not even matter, because right now Kearney's in a full sheet. Caldas has got nothing, and welcome to John. Excellent defense, excellent counter aggression, and they make this happen. It's solid.
I mean, yeah, one of my favorite seasons changes. It was the fear, you go with Forsaken, yeah, so the king push in, and if you're like, you couldn't get that Forsaken's in, and he instantly gets pounced. Like, he did such a good job, he actually get the pounce, and follow more out of that, that's what kind of puts the pressure, but I have to say, I mean, we can break this down, let's see this one. Like this point, Cash has no ice blast for quite some time. When he goes full dash, Ring of Frost, great crowd control there. He's really hard his trinket, and Issue gets dropped. Just a cheeky dragons from there by Nick to close it out. But this game looked way better from Microsoft. They were actually making them sweat more than it was see a rematch, this is the props we need to see. It's like way better.
Yeah, I think if they locked this in right away, the series could have looked very different, because there was a moment where they actually had no loss whatsoever. Jung had no trinket, Nick had no ice blocks. And even at the start of this replay, you can kind of still see that. Jung, no trinket, Nick's ice block just comes back right here with that cold snap. So it was a big window like that where if they just got a cleaner setup, they could have potentially won the game on the side of the Toads, but instead it is going to be that one play that you're talking about as well, where Jung was able to get out here, forced the Wood of Forsaken and Burning, and then they stunned the Wood of Forsaken and snowballed that into a CC chain as well. So just look a little bit cleaner on the side of Welcome to the Jung. So like do a setup, get a full sheet on the Burning, sheet, and roll. Get another setup before he gets to launch his counter attack. So there was a lot of little plays like that. I think Welcome to John just played a little bit better, but very close game. And if you do get a rematch, hopefully it's bring out the arcade match. While I enjoyed watching it, it did not look like a great matchup for it.
Well, they are going to be dropping down in the lower bracket to face up against Spusters, and will likely stand a better chance against them.
Não, mas eu gosto, porque que a gente você pegou o celular.
Yeah, I think so. I think against the Ghostbusters, if they do that with the Windwalker, Arkham is really good into that, so they can bring that in and just generate the iron piece pretty solid to the other shots. So I think that's some good answers, but Ghostbusters also have their MM on there.
Buzinar não tira ninguém da frente,
Come
mano.
out, I think that could be
Só impaciente.
as well. Yeah, I think it's going to get close to these. Both teams kind of have some answers for each other.
That will be the last series of the day. But up next, we've got another of the bracket series. We can see here in the bracket, we've got Left 4 Dead versus Team Liquid. Of course, Team Liquid, we know that we love them. Left 4 Dead, it's Tuna, Axton, Gage, and Flappers. Kind of a mix of some players here. And we quite haven't really seen what they're capable of yet, besides those offline games. And then, how do you feel like they're going to do against Team Liquid?
Well, Left 4 Dead, they play some really interesting compositions, right? So they have Gage, who's an incredible Shadow Priest, so they can play like Feral with Axton. Shadow Priest, who was a Shadow Priest. They also play a very unique thief composition for us in this practice, which is Axton on Feral, Flapper on the Fury Warrior, and then of course Tina playing the Restoration. And it's actually good. Like I've seen them beat some of the best players in North America consistently, so I am curious to see what they end up doing. They'll have a double Cyclone threat. Maybe they opt not to go for that, but this is a team that has some other compositions. So you guys play crazy. These are really solid players. Maybe make some crazy compositions.
Really excited to see what this team is capable of. It sounds like, just based on us talking to them, or from them when they told us they've been working really, really hard to get that synergy going together as a team leading up to this season. So we'll see if it does end up paying off for them. And I'm excited to see what this team is capable of. So with that, we are going to take a break. When we come back, we've got that other bracket series up next. Left 4 Dead versus
mega gelado deve estar.
Tava chovendo e ventando. Mas você imagina como é que é, tá, né?
Ah, não é um final de semana pra ir pra praia.
duro é que tem gente que marca com muita antecedência aí pra praia. Aí não tem o que fazer, já tá pago, tem que...
Tem que ir.
Aí vai naquele programa de índio, né?
Olha essas pontinhas do dedo.
Só pra falar aqui.
Aí.
É aqui na esquina?
É.
Achei, 319. Prontinho. Finalizado aqui já, viu?
Obrigada.
Bom final de semana aí pra vocês. Tchau, tchau.
Essa ponta aqui.
Não, ela volta. O carro tá inclinado, ela acaba voltando.
Tchau.
Tchau, tchau. Já temos outra corridinha, hein? Já tocou. E essa foi Comfort, porque eu desliguei o X. Eu quero sair daqui. Vou pra Independência. Tá no Monte Líbano aqui pertinho. E aí, Paulo Henrique, belezinha? Boa tarde. Tudo bom? Estamos aqui no mesmo bate-canal, hein? Começamos um pouquinho mais tarde hoje, agora 4 horas. Era para ter começado meio-dia. Só que levantei, fui fazer comida, liguei para minha mãe. Tava tentando resolver um BOzinho com a internet para abrir a live. Amanhã vou... Amanhã não, segunda-feira. Segunda-feira eu resolvo em definitivo. Mário Françoso. Hoje a música vai ser um pouquinho diferente. Tem um campeonato de arena de um jogo que eu gosto que está sendo transmitido. E aí eu vou deixar na transmissão. Não dá direitos autorais, né? Não tem música, o negócio é transmitido todo em inglês, então posso deixar aqui de boa. Eu acompanho aqui pelo menos os melhores momentos. Se tiver alguma coisa muito especial, entre uma corrida e outra, eu volto um pedacinho do vlog e assisto os momentos decisivos. Calma aí, tio, calma aí, Cafu. O cara é igualzinho o Cafu, mano. Igualzinho, mano. Vamos buscar a Alessandra. A menina com... Olha, todo mundo com fantasia de Stitch. Será que é festa fantasia? A garota e o menino estão com fantasia de Stitch. Está marcado aqui com temperatura ambiente.
Let's check out what we said here on the casting desk for this series.
I went with Team Liquid. It's a pretty safe course to bet on.
Com certeza, vou lá ajudar.
I feel like that team is kind of scary as well. They look really scary from the games that I saw. Open bracket as well.
Okay. CTs. Talk to me about your prediction.
I'm leaning on the side of Curta, okay? It's pretty heavily on the side of Curta, actually. So I feel like they've been looking really good as a team. I think Sam on Mage and Trill on Rogue and Tino on Holy Priest, they've been having a phenomenal performance on that composition. And we've seen how good it can be. Although McFarrell is starting to take the spot of flow on that composition as time goes on.
Wow, we really are all over the place up here. And this week, setting it up and done. But I don't know. I think, you know, like when there sometimes a bit of a toss-up. So I wanted to
Confirmar aqui nosso endereço.
Left for Dead. I feel like I'm not an
Vamos
indie.
para o Leluan, na Independência 1791.
So I decided to see what they can do, but kind of a lot of variance in the composition.
The first one,
years ago. And the blind pick for this one.
Esse leilão é um cabeleireiro infantil que tem
É.
lá, isso?
Isso.
Tá, já sei
Yes,
onde é
I
que
would
é.
say we're probably seeing the Shadow Priest Farrell come out from Left 4 Dead. It's looking really good. And it's a cult that was super from last season. And I have some questions about kind of how good it is in the current meta. So it's going to be really cool to see eventually bring that out. For Liquid, I think I got to agree with Super T's. It seems like they're protecting the Rogue Mage Priest the most. We saw a little bit of a kick from Sam. I mean, the open bracket. But I don't think that was real. I think they were just kind of having some fun. I think
Vamos ver
it's
se
going
acha
to be
de
the first
sorte,
one.
sabe lá? Deixa eu ver.
It's interesting what you said. It's good to use. I think that is it.
Also,
Vai
that.
dar pra dar
You
uma
think the
boa
Feral Druid is
virada.
actually better than the Rogue in this comp?
I don't know. The flappers beat Echo. So, I mean, that was like the best example of it, where you see also with Welcome to the Shop, they're deciding to bring on the Feral. Like, they were playing Ellie Feral in the open bracket, then I guess they saw flappers in EU, and they're like, they beat Echo with that. That's the best comp. We're playing that now. And then the community, Welcome to the Shunks, immediately were able to re-roll to that composition instead. It seems like the Rogues are starting to maybe lose a little bit of pacing here. But Liquid, I don't really think they have a Feral Druid, so that is not going to be an option for them, I think, at least in this cup for right now.
Would they ever play Trail today? Who would play Trail probably?
Just give Trade like 30 minutes and probably be one of the best Feral
I kind of feel like
Yeah,
it should
what's
be
the delay
Nez.
timer? I think it'd be nice.
I think it should be Nez, just because then Trill could play Hunter, and then they
Yeah, that's.
play Hunter for if it's ever, viable option.
That's
So
true.
to me, I think Nez should be the Feral on the team. I have questions. I think he's not Feral. He's doing some heavy shots, he's doing some now, and then definitely, obviously, maybe with the changes. maybe
Só
with the
fechar
mix-up,
aqui.
É, obrigada, viu? Esse daí eu vou falar pra você.
Tô só escutando a mãozinha aqui.
Nós tava parado no. Nós tava comendo. A sorte que tava parado no farol. Ele vai e me abre a porta. Eu falei, ô, abençoado.
I feel like right now.
Eu já fico esperto quando tem criança. Já.
You ever get anything?
Sam will say the same thing. Too squishy at the moment. I mean, maybe he plays it just out of comfort. But Feral Druids can tear you apart. Passage rates can be shamans and substitutes can tear you apart. And a lot of the best teams in the game have those classes. So, in that sense, if he picked a good candidate, for sure,
Let's see what that blind pick is going to be for Left 4 Dead and a team like the Summer Bracket Series. Neither of these teams wants to be sent down to the lower bracket. There's some strong and powerful teams down there as well. So it looks like looking at chat, we weren't quite as split as we were on the casting as Left 4 Dead. 15% versus team Liquid's 85%. I don't know if that's fair.
I don't think that if we took the votes and we said like, okay, that's 15% chance to win, I wouldn't agree with that. I think that this is actually two pretty evenly matched teams. I think Left 4 Dead, maybe they don't have as many fans as Team Liquid because Team Liquid's big org. They've been around for a long time. They've won AWC. They've won all the big tournaments. They've done everything that you possibly could do, and they've kept such a good shape over the years. So I think they have a lot of fans out there.
Baseadão desse tamanho na mão. Rapaz, tá fumando uma vela ali, rapaz. Um braço de macaco.
Na boca, eu olhei, eu falei, tá pego.
Vai ficar bom esse aí.
It's going to come down to comps because I think when it comes down to individual skill, I think Left 4 Dead are very, very capable.
Vai comer até o pneu do carro. Nada, sem dúvida.
I'm not that surprised to see like 85% of the chat to Liquid. Because I would say,
prédio aqui vai ser uns apartamentinhos de 27 metros quadrados. Chama estúdio, né? É só para uma pessoa. É tudo conjugadinho, tudo mobiliado, tudo certinho. Só tá assim, ó. Aí você olha, tá com o celular na mão. Andando em zigue-zague. Tá com o celularzão na mão.
Sitting on the shadow priest, and I think this is going to be the strategy here. Just give Trill up time on a target. It's going to be that much instruction coming out, heading to him.
É, passando um pouquinho, voltando, né? É, passando um pouquinho. Eu sei onde é que é.
Just let Trill do his thing here. Curta connects onto Tuna, MIM, and Trill connecting onto Gage, doing a lot of work there.
Tem que fazer a volta ali no Semai de qualquer jeito.
Follow-ups and see the side down. Last second there by Sam, very efficiently done. Team Liquid and really brush off that attack.
Yeah, there's more composition about it. They're also really covered like that. They're fighting Shadow Grace, which was maybe and obviously looks like Sam though he's being pressured right now in these crackers, like it's gonna be a nice block with dead, like a huge pressure.
Is getting interrupted there on Sam as well. It's caught up in multiple starts here. It's going to be a really big but Ring of Frost comes out. The Ice Wall comes out. ICC there by Sam. Protecting his Ring of Frost from accident with this belt. With that Ice Wall. Also isolating Gage there for a second. The value of that one, but Tuna is going to be able to brush off that attack as well. The sniper comes still there on Tuna. And Gage kind of getting his dispersion here. Still happening. Nice ball legs. Oh my goodness. Oh no! They overlap everything. Trinket, wood chip, ice block. Movements was MVP. And all of a sudden, Team Liquid's got nothing.
Okay, the predictions are maybe going to be skewed in Aya and Ruki's favor to those few in the 15% earlier. You guys need to ask Fed what your prediction is before you make it in chat. You have a lot of points because it's been taking some really risky bets. And it's been working out. These have been crazy pushes. High Gage, actually. Nothing major, though, has been forced by Liquid yet this game.
Yeah, they have a good, sizable mana lead here. Cedo has his trigger coming back up in 10 seconds, so there's a short window, right? They could try to take Sam down, but it looks like they are going to be able to survive through it. And meanwhile, look at Gage taking so much damage here, forced into the dispersion here from Trill's damage with the Swen the Tiger. Now it looks like Sam could be in trouble though, but Cedo is there deflecting the situation, and Sam actually is going to whiff that Ring of Frost there. And it looks like the action was on the guard for that off. So Cedo last rated, so Gage actually playing the box steal. So you can see the bottom of Sam in trouble here. Cedo has no trinket available, Sam. Managed to recover once again. Maybe gets an accuracy in his trinket. Maybe on Tuna as well. You got to stop the ball. And again, he's trinket. There's going to be a huge shot. He's got the picture. They pass with the head to outside. Nicely done there by Gage. Top to panic. And just to get that big empty at that point. That's what we see here as well. But it looks like the swamp is not going to have too much cooldowns, but still good. No trinket on Sininho, no icebox for Sam. The next minute is going to be very scary if you're a Team Liquid fan.
Sininho repositioning, but Gage is getting closer, looking for crowd control in the near future. Silence is coming up in a few seconds. Is stunned Silence. They can chain that out of the Cyclone. Trill is going to use Medallion. He's going to get stunned on his trinket. Ice Wall comes down. Line of sight in Tuna, but he's got heal over time effects ticking. He's got Iron Bark already active, but Gage is the target. I think he Iron Bark the Fairmont. No, he's got Iron Bark. He's going to die through Iron Bark. Massive pressure from Trill, just carrying the game in that moment, while Sininho and Sam are just struggling to stay alive. Trill is just laser focused in. Top DPS is what you expect from Mr. Warcraft. You know, coming off the Race to World first, coming off the MVI competitions in the past, he is scaling that damage meter so high.
Yeah, he's really perfected his rotation. You can see the amount of damage from Trill. But there was so many answers here. Very surprised to see it. Don't forget they had their COVID shield in the back. They had all of these answer in the back doctor, but it was this Trill.
Casinha amarela do outro lado.
See it here. Towards the end of the matchup. He spoke to the defensive control towards the end of the matchup. He spoke to the defensive control really good for that, but when the legs from Connexus, they still coming with comes through. Tuna.
Tô vindo por aqui porque é final de semana, tá tranquilo. Se fosse dia de semana, tivesse naqueles horários mais complicados, eu vinha pela Aquilino Pacheco. Desce ali como quem fosse pra Santa Casa e vira no cantinho. Aí vem na rua de trás e já sai na esquina dele.
Drop the ice wall. They had dispersion coming back up as well. They had a big lead in terms of cooldowns. I don't think it would be the worst thing to just try to make the trade here. But they, they were relying on that Iron Bark. They thought if Iron Bark plus NS is going to be enough. That NS actually go off. I feel like
He used it to get in the tree. So you have the tree force not instant, so you have to use Nature Swiftness to cast the tree instant. So he uses NS to tree, and in that time that he's transforming, Gage died. Maybe he should have Nature Swiftness for being first.
Unfortunate, but Team Liquid, they will take it, and we've seen the slice
Yeah.
of wings.
É, sim.
O Platão também tem um deles.
Peraí, deixa eu...
A lot of work here, and I really like this draft for Team Liquid, but I think that when they actually blind pick, there's no way we're going to see the Windwalker just get blind locked, right? They're going to go with the Outlaw Walker. I think they actually blind locked the Windwalker.
Assuming that they rotate, I think so, yeah. I think Windwalker, Warriors, like these two specs, let's see whoever's in that game, Trill can still kind of carry the match. So as long as they make that transition,
Prontinho, ó. Mais uma corridinha finalizada com sucesso.
it's just all about disruptions.
Finalizada aqui a corrida da Alessandra. Agora a gente vai buscar ali no Santa Cecília, na Chiquinha Gonzaga. Vamos buscar o Jubão. Tomar cuidado aqui nada de sair.
Looks like we are going to see the same thing.
Fiz uma estratégia de corridas comfort na semana passada que eu gostei muito, viu? Foi bem tranquilo de fazer.
I'm a little bit worried in terms of mana, because on mana they were losing, but they were winning on cooldown. So I feel like at some point in the game, Trill's consistent damage that he can pull off on the Shadow Priest just becomes kind of overwhelming to deal with. So I feel like they need to find an answer for that before they get to that point. Maybe get some more Cyclones, maybe get some more disruption onto drill. Make sure that anytime he is popping his offensive points, we are trying to shut him down a little bit more. Because if he gets to pop off like that, Gage can have big issues, especially with late.
I find it interesting that dialogue between the players on Left 4 Dead being a bit of a tough one. Axton said that he thinks Gage has grown the most as a player because he finally got it in the moment. You know, the side buttons. That helped me a lot, man. Like without the side buttons, you're a god then. I don't know what you're doing. Can you like bend your thumb in some weird way to hit all the extra little modifiers? I can't do that. I need the side buttons. I need the side buttons. I can't do it. So he's got an MMO mouse. He's leveled up. He is ready to go. And I feel like Gage is an up-and-comer. Like, WizKid's had that title of Best Shadow Priest for so long in North America. And I think that Gage, he's leveling up. He's trying to get up to that stage to be arriving for WizKid.
Yeah, Gage, aged 23 years young. First competitive appearance last year, looking to mark his territory here in the LWC. And so far, he had a solid last season. So far, they're going up in the upper bracket here against Team Liquid, looking to make something happen against this Windwalker next competition. We see a clear here already in the first minute of the match. Nice one coming up, and he's there to be deflected. Something to wrong with the right next to the disruptor. Careful, trades up the large game off the back. He also has no chicken and no people. Axton's got no ones left. It's pretty well. The next stop, punches by in it. There's the stop.
Os caras João. Ele vai na cidade alta ali.
So far, with the decent actually in the lead. Early for a Dragon's Breath polymorph as well on Axton, but does get shut down by the silence of Gage. And now Gage.
Os caminhões do bombeiro, todo do lado de fora do pelotão aqui, olha. Será que eles estão limpando lá dentro ou tem algum evento, alguma coisa aí?
Going though, it's like it's a little bit longer than this to end the match. Nice fake on the kick by Axton. It's really MVP plays. Gage would be in so much more trouble here. But Axton didn't fake that, land a cyclone, keep his team aggressive, posted up in the midfield. Axton trying to make it on the top of CU here, punish it on the spot of the cyclone. Nice range by Axton.
Rapaz, trouxe balde hoje de suco de... Ah, estão lavando lá dentro. Suco de caju. Topzera meu suco de caju.
Despite situation, trade out this person right there. Not still coming out here for Gage as he looks to split some of those bodies. It's a shame for the trade. Big swap. Big swap here potentially. Left and Cedo is going to be able to recover himself and to pop into a form though. But here comes the high swap. Gage, what are you going to do? We're almost in touch of the mid-range there, but Tuna is looking to recover here. Trying to add a little bit of extra depth from the top of the high swap though. On the Samayam once again. Here, back to Tuna by Cedo. Samayam is taking a lot of damage here as well. Except from the side, can find it. Cedo manages to duck away from him. Still so much pressure coming out from Trill. Gage, only 1% HP, and he pushes out the vulture there. Trill's damage is trying to get that one. But he's going to relaunch as he just town confidence to Axton and just takes him down immediately.
Great roll. See you're back in action. Just dust off Galloway's getting out of the way and jump back in the LEC and just dominate again off his main specialization.
Garcia Rodrigues Bueno.
Yeah, it's so fun to see him back on the windwalker, and that's something that we didn't really get to see too much in Europe. So it's been fun to see the likes of Chan, the likes of Trill, kind of showing us their old mains and showing us how it's done, showing that Impact still a lot of power here. Fast and excellent. He had the survival instincts here. He wasn't really expecting the damage to come in, but they're just doing a phenomenal job there, getting the doubles, and as soon as they get that cooldown engaged, he just grabs over, gets the damage off onto the feral druid as well, and almost no time to react there with that survival instinct. So, first game, I wasn't that convinced that this team would win comp. I was like, I don't know about this. It didn't look that good. There was answers, defensively. Now I have this pressure. This game, however, was a lot more convincing for Team Liquid. So, I think our predictions are pretty good right now. So,
A pessoa marca o... Ah, isso não dá pra entender, mano. A pessoa marca o local do embarque e confia na localização do Uber. Aí depois fica mandando um monte de mensagem. Ah, o endereço não é esse, o endereço é tal. Porra, mano, presta atenção na hora de chamar, caramba.
As a warrior and Frost, like playing a warrior into a mage is already kind of rough, right? Then playing into a windwalker is also really rough. And then like the holy priest gripping the mage around, so it's like you're gonna get blast wave, blink, displace, alter, get gripped twice. One's gonna disarm you, probably gonna get ring of peace. He's coming in, but I don't know if it's the right move.
Yes.
He's coming in, but I don't know if it's the right move. Like this is probably the hardest comp to stick to a target in the game for a warrior. So
Tudo bem?
maybe it's just they don't have any.
É a Camila?
The Shouters hasn't been doing that great in the Windwalker.
Peraí, só um minutinho.
But like, let's just get him in. Maybe
Sandra.
something can happen here. So
Sandra.
Clapper's
Joia.
gonna try and clap here and unmatch point when his team needs it the most.
I need him the most. Because I need to
Vamos para a rua São José 901.
Right now, you're running the perfect prediction here, Sydney. You got the prediction.
After that debacle yesterday, I mean this.
I
Don't take this away from me. Don't take this away from me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm praying for the Clapper. I would love to see it, honestly, all jokes aside. I want to see I feel like they have some good options. Like, sure, sticking to the mage is going to be challenging. It's going to be a bit. But, you get a small ball swap onto Trill. You get like a main stand swap onto Trill. Maybe you can start him. You get a swap onto Trill. Saw them so maybe they can find some windows of opportunity. This is a comp that they have been practicing. He was talking a little bit about it earlier. But this is a comp that they have been beating a lot of the really good teams on aggregate. So it could be an answer. I feel like it's going to come down to how much damage do they have when they stun Trill. If they can stun him and get some good pressure and then get back on the mage, I think that could be a decent recipe for success. But we'll have to wait and see. We're already in game. Left 4 Dead versus Team Liquid, upper bracket. Loser will drop down to the lower bracket. Liquid got him on match point right now.
They are exchanging a ton of damage in the initial stage of this round. Trill is still in the lead. Accident on his heels right now. Trying to keep pace here. He's pushing in aggressively. True Focus right next to Trill. Seeing he's getting close. Big swap on Tuna. Is he about to get canned? He's going to be able to escape with that bar skating around the corner. Survive. Accident's getting aggressive again. Then once again to stun. There's the ring of peace. Protecting Sam, and now he gets pinned by the barrier. He's going to be able to blink through it. He tries to grip him, but he can't get him. Oh, he wastes both life grips. That spear got big value from Clapper. Sam's trying to blink, but likely they're going to get some uptime if they can survive. They do survival instincts. Ice walls coming down. That's going to lie that. What?
The Clapper!
I'm looking at the wall, not looking at Sam. Like, I was like, did he cancel his wall? I think it's because he just died. The wall is disappeared. What? What? I mean, to be fair, that spear got huge out. Basically, like half of the escape mechanisms got thrown into that spear bastion. That was like the best spear bastion a warrior's ever going to see in his life.
That's what I'm talking about. When you got the clapper coming in, you got the bench like that. He is called and ready to go, and that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful. This is what you need sometimes, man. Sometimes you just need to zug it out. Warriors are absolutely insane. Like the damage that they do. Okay, sure, they're not the best class in the meta right now because you know they can struggle to kind of stick on a target. But when they do stick on a target, their damage is absolutely filthy. I think, you know, personally, I've experienced some big executes like that, big 4 million executes, but I think that was a combination of the Blade Storm and Axton as well, probably getting a big, juicy bite right there. And there's that Spirit Bastion that we were talking about. Left for dead, you know. Get the Shadow Priest out of there, get that Windwalker Shadow Priest matchup away from Trill, and you can find a finish like this. Just one good spear, get good uptime, and just going to absolutely race there. Not able to react in time there. This is what you need. You need some aggression. You need somebody to bring the momentum back into your favor, and you can do that better than somebody who goes up in the
That's actually a lot of grit. Maybe Left 4 Dead managed to get more points in the group. You're happy with the 2 buttons or have a what if Clapper is just
I would say that.
ungodly? Like, what if Clapper is just ungodly? It's like reverse sweeps and then we're all sad again.
I mean, I'm fine with that because either way, we're getting some good matches. Like, I was getting a little bit sad, you know, Left 4 Dead, they're a great team, and they were getting absolutely destroyed, especially in that game number 2. And we haven't seen too many warriors, you know, and when we saw Clapper come in, look at the damage he contributed there in the last couple of seconds. That big winner from Axton coming out there as well. And is that the set bonus for
So,
Curta?
yeah.
That's big winner, yeah.
Just build it up over time and then it needs exactly what that card is. Not expected.
Ferocious fight.
Taking any extra bets. They're taking their time with this. They're actually kind of a little bit rattled, or maybe they want to try and make something a little bit smoother as far as options. Like maybe they can get some castle plan, like rather than melee, as an elite mage. I feel like it'd be really tough for a warrior. But at the same time, I feel like that was just a joke. They can just lock it in again. And our team would have been as well, but it's an underdog. There's no throw out one out and say, yeah, it's just really clean it up from here.
I really like to see it because that damage. One's contributing in about 5.7 and then in those last 2 seconds of the game, and Axton as well. Getting that big bite into the big winner. Yeah, there we go. Winning streak. Your spells and abilities have a chance to activate a winning streak. Increases the damage of your ferocious bite, rip, and primal wrath, stacking up to 10 times. Ferocious bite, rip, or primal wrath have a chance to winning streak. Ferocious bites are the same to this chance. So, consume areas of warriors created in fact the big winner. This kind of feeling like a big winner after that one. I don't know if Sam and does now. I mean, what do you think that Jack
when Clapper meets Flappers. It's like, that was the world. I'd like to see that with Clapper versus Flappers.
That would be, that's a if you get a land event, that would be a sick fun. Also a tongue twister for the commentators. But we got match point here left for dead, trying to find their way back here against Team Liquid after an explosive first game on this recon that they locked there. But here comes the ice wall, here comes Samayam. Big damage potential. They are taking down Clapper in the opener there. I didn't like that displace that Sam did right there. He might be taking down. Oh no! Clapper is getting absolutely trapped here. Trying to straight out his trinket. 3 of 5. Everything here as he almost goes down in that opening exchange, but they recover. And now Samayam could be on the back foot.
That's a big opener for Sam and Troll right here. That initial exchange. They got the major pull down since it's not down to 2 hit. Clapper's getting low. Accident is pinned in the corner. Clapper leaps for his life, trying to avoid Trill at all costs. He's definitely carrying once again. He wants to close this out with no opportunities. Sphere Bastion is down, and can Sam deal with it this time? He's just bouncing in and out of it. He's unable to escape for now. The Victory Guardian Spear of Clapper is just getting destroyed by Trill at the moment. He's stacking on both players. Double leg sweep. Accident's getting smacked around by Sam. Everybody is in trouble. Big slicing wins, but a huge heal comes through just in the nick of time there. Clapper to restabilize. Accident's looking for clones, but it's on diminishing return, not huge value. Vortex on Trill, they're charging towards the mage, looking to ramp up, get those onslaught stacks going once again in order to pull off some massive pressure. Actually jumps in with a stun. Trill Fist of Fury is peeling Clapper away. He can't get to the mage. He's getting pulled deeper and deeper. It looks like they're going to go for a double snowdrift possibly. He's trying to snowdrift too many shapeshifting. He can't get it. Trill in a bit of trouble. Caught into a stun. Left for dead. Are certainly keeping things interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. And that is going to be the ray of hope there. Push down on that small pumpkin Trill. That's going to leave Samayam potentially as an exposed target to Clapper. As he has all of his spells still from that disastrous opener to Tuna. At least he has a string back here for the incoming ground control. So it's not going to be as scary as we saw. Nice move there on the life group, but manages to get it off there. On Samayam still not out of the chip. Did he purge the only time there somehow? Looked like it, but Samayam he's going to be able to recover. Ice wall coming out here. They've isolated Clapper. He's getting absolutely destroyed. Mr. Fury coming out. Nice celestial conduit here from Trill as they continue to paralyzed in the full clear. Tuna is going to trinket out that one. Samayam though sitting through that cyclone is going to slow down the damage here for a moment.
É o prédio da esquina, né?
How is he going to deal with it? Can they get a Dragon's Breath sheep or can they get something on the Tuna? Maybe even a leg sweep. There's 20 seconds left in the drill. If they could have gotten anything there on the Tuna, that could have just been the game. But it's Robert Cedar, big blade storm coming out here from Clapper. That is the best defense when you are left for dead. Just more and more.
Prontinho. Encerrado aqui já, viu? Bom final de semana pra
Pra você
senhora.
também. Até o próximo.
Tchau, tchau.
Difficult position. The fear of Tuna actually breaks right there. So Clapper might be able to stay alive in this position thanks to that. But that was another extremely close call.
It is so hectic with Clapper in the game. He's just all over the place. Leap over here, charge over there, intervene back out, try and stay alive. He's ping-ponging around to try and stay in this match and keep something going for his team. Big Blade Storm connecting again. 4 Storm Bolt comes through and Ice Block is forced. What a triple leg sweep. Trill is just putting Liquid in his pocket, in his backpack, carrying the team. Massive pressure coming through from Trill, and Trill is just soloing him. He's just soloing him. Sininho gets a double fear, but somehow Clapper holds on. Sam gets shut down on the polymorph. Clapper is holding on by a thread right now. Nature Surface Tranquility around the corner, buying any chance here for Clapper to survive. I cannot believe he survived it. He survives and they're turning it around onto Sam. Massive pressure coming through. See you into the storm ball, into the full cycle. Ray of Hope is up, but it might be negative. It's a lot of damage incoming right now from Clapper onto Sam. He's getting cut down, but Clapper, no, he goes down to the counter spell. It is back and forth in this series, but Liquid ultimately take it 3-1.
Beautifully done by Team Liquid. Who could have seen that score coming here when we saw how this series played out the first 2 games? Left for Dead, really impressive performance, man, and really entertaining comp to see. So thankfully, these guys are going to be dropping down to the lower bracket, so we're going to have a chance to see this composition maybe a little bit later today in our last series. But let's take a look at those final moments here. This was a crazy comeback there for Clapper, almost surviving this position. This was such a dangerous moment, and A big reason to why he survived here was that defensive fear that he was able to land, but still the counter spell from Sam I Am sneaks in. You get the snowdrift, they have the damage, they have the celestial conduit, and Akbar gets absolutely lapped here. So good counter attack by Team Liquid. They didn't panic when the damage was like extremely high, and I would say they had a much better kind of defensive rotation with their just kind of micro CC. So whenever they didn't have the Guardian Angel, they made sure to drop, more pseudo kind of short CC defenses from the monk, like the things that we saw there, overpowered barrier, things like that. So just good defensive rotation, and also just nice aggressive pushes. The ice wall stuns was a big component, I would say. And just having that strong opener that we saw from Team Liquid, that almost netted them a kill in the first 10 seconds of the game, I think it gave them like a lot of confidence to just keep playing aggressive and kind of continue to snowball that lack of cooldowns that they had in the enemy team.
Will is a legend. Will is a god. He's back, Mr. Warcraft, during the team, any part of the game, PvP, does not matter. Will is going to be on top, and this is why I didn't want to count Liquid out, so I put them so high on my rankings, and maybe I should have put them honestly a bit higher. Will is definitely showed up to play this tournament, and he's very friendly, a lot of snacks. But right now, I would love to see him speak that.
Boa tarde, tudo bom? É Sayuri.
Isso.
Joia.
Pode.
Heard the tides once they brought in that warrior. Simpsons, I know you guys were talking about throughout that entire match. Do you think that's something that should have started with? Is that something that they should bring to the rest of their games?
Joia. Estamos indo para o Teatro do Engenho.
Isso.
Eu vou deixar vocês ali na Ponte Pêncil, né?
Eu acho que é do lado de trás.
Mas do lado de trás eu não consigo chegar até o teatro.
Ah, não?
Porque é uma rua de... Não é isso. É uma rua de pedra. A rua é de pedra. O carro não passa lá.
Mas até
é muito esburacado.
antes da rua de pedra, sabe?
Aí vocês vão descer a pé a rua de
Mas
pedra.
é só decidir. É porque ali é mais perto pra gente chegar, porque falta meia hora só pra começar. Acho
Não,
que é
mas na Ponte Pêncil vocês vão fazer... Vocês vão atravessar a ponte e é do ladinho. É pertinho também. A distância que vocês vão andar é praticamente a mesma. Só que assim, o caminho que vocês vão andar é bem melhor.
Pode ser que a gente
Não, a gente chega lá, é 7 minutos, 5, 7 minutos até chegar ali na entradinha ali da Ponte Pêncil.
Dead later on today, facing off against the Blues. If you look at the predictions once again, I know, you guys were wrong. I get it, we're very, very wrong. But it seemed like a perfect prediction. Let's get.
Yeah. It was about time. I feel like you guys have been having a good prediction, so especially when rookie has been going for long.
Oh, wow.
É 5h30, começa lá?
Sim.
Joia.
Mas pra você descer na ponte verde, você vai pegar a rua do Porto, né? Não tem mais trânsito lá, não?
Não. Eu já passei por lá hoje. E assim, hoje tá um dia mais nublado, assim, não tá tão cheio.
Verdade, não tá cheio.
Pô, cara, você me ferrou, hein, tiozinho?
Wow, very nice.
I know that.
What was it from behind the face?
Just a warrior. It's just a warrior. Swords and spit.
What do you realize?
Tá tudo baixo ali.
That's it. I'm proud of us, gang. Open these emojis. You don't gotta praise it like that. Alright, well, let's do it in the chat. Hey, great, it's me type up.
Aqui vocês vão atravessar a ponte aqui, ó. É atrás daquela construção maior ali, ó. É bem do ladinho ali. Tá bom?
Dá pra ler
De
agora,
nada.
gente. É
Tchau,
aquelas
tchau.
piadas. Aquelas piadas.
Sim,
Você não aceitou nenhuma corrida não, né?
eu tô com uma corrida aqui sim. Desculpa.
Você já aceitou uma corrida?
Já aceitei já.
Nossa. Valeu.
O Porto do Norte, velho Porto de Curica. O tempo tá esquisitinho, chuvoso. Vamos buscar a Lilian. Tocou uma corrida aqui pro aeroporto de Cumbica, em Guarulhos. Eu pensei e aceitei. E o passageiro cancelou. Meu aplicativo está marcado só Comfort. Aqui vamos no Hotel Beira Rio. Boa tarde. Isso, é Lilian, né? Cuidado que a porta volta, tá? O carro tá inclinado para não acertar você aí.
Dá licença, viu?
Opa. Vamos para o espaço terra.
Isso.
Joia.
Acho que não. É pertinho?
Mais ou menos. Mais ou menos. Assim, de onde você é?
Campinas.
Campinas? Então é pertinho.
É pertinho.
É 10 minutos.
Porque a noção de longe e perto é relativa,
É,
né?
né? Isso é verdade.
Eu sou do Rio de Janeiro. Você fala pra mim é pertinho, fala pra mim aqui tudo é pertinho. Pô, eu atravesso a cidade de um lado ao outro em 40 minutos. 40 minutos eu não saio de um bairro no Rio de Janeiro. Então pra mim tudo é pertinho. As pessoas falam, caraca, a gente vai naquela longura. Eu falei, que longura?
E o que você quis sair de lá?
Ah, eu arrumei uma Piracicabana no Rio de Janeiro e aqui é mais sossegado do que lá. Eu falei, vou pro sossego.
Quando quer passear, vai pra lá, né? Aí...
É, minha mãe, meu pai, meus irmãos, ainda mora todo mundo pra lá. Eu sou o único desgarrado aqui. Apesar das minhas tentativas infrutíferas de trazê-los para cá.
Pra cá.
Aqui não tem tudo que tem lá, mas tem muita coisa que tem aqui que também não tem lá. Aqui tem qualidade de vida, aqui
Mais tranquilo,
o
né?
tempo passa em outra velocidade. Você não perde tanto tempo com deslocamento que
Eu
nem...
sou natural de São Paulo, né?
A minha esposa
Cresci
também.
lá, nasci e cresci lá. Então, realmente, é outro...
E Campinas já é bem grandinha, né?
Já, mas não chega nem perto de São Paulo, né?
Mas tô falando assim, Campinas cabe 3 Piracicaba, né?
Ah,
Já é uma cidade que começa a ter problemas de uma cidade muito grande,
concordo.
né? Campinas já é um centro referência, né? Um centro de referência ali no interior, naquela região.
Sim, todas as cidades ao redor.
Praticamente vivem de Campinas, né?
Exato.
Você pegar ali Valinho, Vinhedo, Paulínia, Hortolândia, Sumaré.
A vida de todo mundo é em Campinas.
É.
Then yourself, past sponsors, the kind of the meta breakers, and you want them to win, and you want something, some change to come.
Esse caminho que eu estou fazendo aqui é mais curto, só estou fazendo ele porque o tempo está meio nublado, senão a gente não passaria aqui.
Ah,
Aqui é a Rua do Porto.
é a Rua do Porto, né?
Então isso aqui fica entupido de gente que você não passa aqui.
Hoje é sábado, né? Era pra ser. Uma vez
Mas
que eu tive
é-
dia de domingo, tava loucadaço isso.
É porque
Por causa do tempo.
a temperatura chegou perto dos 20, Piracicabana já está de gorro, né? Casaco, 3 meias, 2 calças com uma de moletom por baixo.
Isso é verdade, as pessoas tudo de...
Você pode olhar, tá todo mundo na rua com manga comprida, sabe? Assim, a pessoa que está acostumado com uma temperatura bem quente. Você vai ver todo mundo assim, ó. É, moletom, calça, as crianças com blusa de frio emburrada, mas tá com blusa de frio. Porque criança é agitada, né? Não sente
frio.
tanto.
Não sente frio. Esse espaço terra é fechado? Sabe?
Eu nunca fui lá dentro,
Aham.
mas é uma casa de festa que tem bastante evento chique aqui, viu?
É casamento, vai ter.
É.
Deve ser fechado. Então.
mas assim, aonde não tem como ser aberto.
Aberto, né?
É.
Não, não
É uma
sítio,
casa
né?
de
É uma
festa,
casa.
não é uma chácara ou
É,
alguma
então.
coisa assim, não. É uma casa de festa.
Fechado.
Eu acredito que seja fechado.
Aí eu tirei uma seda, depois. Coitado, cara. Não sei como é que tá sendo. Só fazia nada pós-expediente. Voltar pra casa, ele muitas vezes podia sair pra beber. Essa aqui não queria ser na casa não, né? É sempre casa, sabe? Pegar o Gabriel. Aí a maioria das vezes é sempre
Big hill, couch, comes up on the side, couch fakes it, can't bring a frost. Hits flop around the corner. It's on dimensional returns, not a huge loss there for his game. Trap on Kearney, pressure on Galvish, pops the barrier, absorbs the hit, but that Guardian Spirit is faded, that boost is lost. Galvish moves not the flop, moves not as well. Couch get around the corner, Kearney get around the corner, and they can't really get there. Dragon's breath, maybe they get this DR second screen. Is that enough to finish Chun-Li? He's popped survival, Fitness gets Paulie, I don't think it's going to be a trinket. Chun-Li's too low. He's got his tree form active, Couch the back foot has to block. Massive chomps coming through on Dippy, and I feel like it's very rare that we see a clear flex from a range DPS to a melee DPS as far as the play style like Dippy is.
Mas não falou nada.
Not looking too bad. I mean, they get one ice puck out of the way. Galvish has no circuit. He's under a lot of pressure in this game. So far, has expertly managed these situations on the restoration. He gets locked out. The couch is still low.
Aqui em Piracicaba, a marcação viária é muito boa. É bem demarcada, são bem demarcadas as vias. E eles estão recapeando a cidade inteira. Então tem os lugares que não tem a marcação viária ainda. Você mudou a cor da grama, você já sabe, né? A galera não se localiza. Nossa, Piracicabano dirige mal, hein, rapaz? Nossa, eu conheço muito esse Brasilzão afora aí, as estradas pra tudo que é lado. E olha, aqui o pessoal tem que ser estudado pela NASA. Eu tenho uma teoria que carro em Piracicaba é mais barato. O pessoal pede desconto para vir sem seta. Já não usa mesmo, né? Então vem sem.
Não dá certo.
Cara, é impressionante, porque... Ou então quando usa errado, parece que é o motorista Ronaldinho Gaúcho, sabe? Dá seta para um lado e vira pro outro. Eu falei, não é possível. É uma loucura.
Chun-Li has no trigger to create walls. Really nice play from Chun-Li. Feign death at the end of this as well. On the combat screen, he's caught a second screen from now. They will recover. Ice Wall, but Flop managed to sneak past it before its construction. But now he's going to stuck in the middle. Moves to go for a stun. Bernie's in the trap. They stun dazed. Crowd control, but not enough damage. All the Cyclone keeps the chain going. Planes are ticking. Can they force the block? I think that's got to be the block. It's 2 blocks out of the way. And Ghostbusters have a solid chance of taking game 1 here. Wow, this is actually looking like a solid competition so far. Definitely well defensive. But if they can survive these bigger setups and the consistent damage on the feral, he's faster. He is going to overwhelm. Galvish is getting a look at all the pets all over Curta right now. Setups into angel form. He's supposed to also much getting as possible. Couch is just outright dying. He's just dead. What is going on? This is insane pressure from Dippy and Chun-Li. Usually I'm previously re-healing there. Casting and then almost take Thomas down without the greater possibility. There's no ice box for quite some time, but Chun-Li is vulnerable. He's going to have to play very careful here to get the potential cycle. He finds it, that's it. Couch is done. Ghostbusters, surprise composition. The jungle with the druid, the rest of the jungle, something we don't see often, but it works. I can't believe it. I wanted to see those guys. I swear it's a strong spec right now.
Aí, espaço ferrado. É fechado.
Tem como ser aberto.
So, I don't know, man. I think it makes sense for money.
Normalmente tem pessoal aqui na porta para recepcionar vocês. Hoje não tem, não.
Mas você tinha estacionamento. Mas tá ótimo.
Não, é aqui mesmo, Kento. Joia?
Obrigado,
Deixa eu
viu?
finalizar aqui só. Prontinho.
Valeu.
Um bom final de semana para
Obrigado.
vocês, viu? Boa festa aí.
Muito obrigado.
Definitions of Beastmaster number jump behavior. Yeah, really high damage composition. And it's one of those compositions.
Espaço terrar. Festinha de
For
casamento.
some reason, I feel like double druid is actually, it's like kind of nice, you know, because you find these situations where you want to cycle and both druids can kind of go for it. You can only really slow down one of them. So the fact that you have Hippie on the Pharaoh druid spamming in cycles and the healer, if he does get interrupted, that will swap a lot more open things and go for the cast. It seems like it's actually coming out.
Vou dar uma paradinha na frente aqui depois da curva. Arrumar aqui o meu retorno que não tá aparecendo. Olha o barulhinho do meu suco de caju, mano.
If they do play Arcane, you'd have access to the Kleptomania. The damage is a little bit better, but then you only have one ice block. That's the problem. However, I do feel like Arcane is an overpowered barrier. Since last season, there's been updates to a lot of the
Corridinha lá na rodoviária para Pompeia. Corrida no Comfort também. Vamos que vamos. Vai, né? Vai. sozinha no punho esquerdo.
Now that the Tigers holds together, so this is a fusion of previous rosters coming together. Albish and Cubsy, we didn't see them getting it. It's definitely very entertaining. We're excited to see how this one goes through. I'd say that it's kind of like his main flavor. He likes being flashy, he likes being stylish, especially on all his montages. He likes being there for the game on the sun. So let's see if he can show us from the game too. Those skill specs on Frostman, 17 as high 8 p.m. Actually, see if people disagree with that one, but we'll see where they decide to go. Cubsy just building up some more keeping some blocks here. Pass garage after garage. It's the arcade surge. Manages to land it. It's some decent damage out here. Smoke bomb drops down, but tranquility behind the pillar. Flop goes to the Chumley. Should be okay, and I think that's a great way to manage that smoke bomb situation. Palace used a lot, and really guess what? He didn't have any controls. Staying at the pillar, line of sighting the hunter, waiting for the engage from the road. Cheap shots can be intervenes though with the main stun on Albish to switch to the road. Pretty's ducking in, double second screen. Cubsy's looking in aggressively, getting on top of Flop. Connect to a second screen, but during the frost knife, it goes through Chun-Li into the cheap shot. Big damage coming through from Cubsy here in this instance, but not enough to finish him. That touch of the Magi is a scary moment on the arcade page. You can see that practically has below his health 30 seconds before the next one. Up the mania again, maybe shifting power in the near future.
Penny is really strong. It's another one of those honor talents. You don't see that often, but it basically makes your spell steal a channel. And as he's channeling, he's stealing debuff after or buff after buff after buff. So it removes his full resto druid buffs every single time he can do that. It's very effective into the restoration druid. So I think that's why Cubsy is running it for this matchup. This is flying in. All games are going to be used. And honestly, Chun-Li and Dimity, they've not been able to put basically any pressure here on Cubsy in this match. I just want to go after Albish. There's no evasion. He has to try to vanish defensively. Not a bad play. So the road seems to be working quite well, but a big setup comes in. This is the Shadow Blades. Albish, this is a big moment. Giving it to Bash. A beautiful Bash coming in with Shadow Blades. Slowly but surely going to be tiring. They want to find a setup, but this pressure is immense on the road.
We're staying on that target. It's a little bit easier to hit. He has to overextend. It's got to find all cards.
Rodoviária, lá vamos nós.
There are going to be more and more beasts on the battlefield, but they catch Chun-Li into a cheap shot. Is he going to die? He triggers exhilaration to fade death just in time to survive on that attack. And Albish knew Chun-Li wanted to be aggressive on that cooldown, so he sent his kidney shot into the cooldowns right when he knew Chun-Li would be thinking that it was safe to go aggressive and try to counter. Reacts to Maim stun. He's in the cycle already. Now into a Maim stun, but he's getting low. Cubsy's rotting a bit to the bleed damage. I think that's the name of the game. Get bleeds on Couch and Cubsy. Keep pressuring two places.
Not looking too bad right now. Cubsy and Cabbage both rotting down, but Chun-Li with no trinket is going to be a vulnerability. Big barrage is coming in here from Cubsy. Arcane missile after arcane missile scattered up.
Não lembro onde é o destino da pessoa, só lembro que era na rodoviária que ela vai buscar. Onde ela vai, eu não lembro.
Crowd control while in that big tree form and have empowered healing. So big heals going on Chun-Li as they continue their damage onto Calvish. I am surprised at how difficult it is for them to really go after the mage in this matchup. They don't want to overextend. Cubsy in general has a very defensive playstyle where he's just going to be using the pillar to line of sight, pulling away the entire game. So it makes chasing him really, really difficult with the positioning.
Full blind on Flop. With no trinket. Greedy here, sitting through the blind. They can't get more crowd control. Cubsy gets interrupted. Hippie moves in, Flop jumps over. Maybe he's trying to bait something there.
O senhor atravessando a rua, nem olhou para atravessar, viu? Aí depois atropelado aí.
Much about the pets, they're eventually going to start chomping at your heels and starting to build some momentum. Once he gets right back to
cara Jéssica.
across the hip. That's which is great.
Caraca, tô
And
com
catches all of the beasts.
um tendão aqui doendo, viu? Do braço esquerdo.
That definitely touched the Magi now on Dippy. He's in trouble. He is not messing around. It's cricket immediately. He's afraid of that touch of the Magi, but I like the response. Like, he ends up getting out of the smoke bomb right away. He trades up survival instincts, and Flop doesn't have to make any significant trades as a result. Good play there by
Será que ela é a
and
Jéssica?
the interrupt here on the Cubsy, as both Cubsy and Calvish are now rotted down.
É,
They
sim.
actually are going after the mage now, so putting pressure on the mage, realizing Calvish really isn't taking too much. Not giving many cooldowns.
Boa tarde, tudo bom? É a Jéssica, né?
More defensive
Joia.
match, but I like the
Não fechou.
honest at the same time.
Agora foi. Vamos para Abelardo José Libório Filho. Maravilha. Aqui não tá marcado o número, chegando lá você me ajuda, tá?
Just use links if they can catch him on sun here. It'll be a good opportunity. Just can't get they're switching back on the Calvish when Cubsy is just tearing them apart like a gatling gun, a galaxy gatling gun on this arcane mage. Just ratting out these huge arcane missiles as Kleptomania. No knots on Dippy. Flop, trinkets, iron barks, but now he's down his medallion. So there's no medallion on Dippy, no medallion on Flop. Those are both open options in the future. Nice in-cap roar clone here from Flop. He's trying to fake the counter spell. I think he faked the counter spell, but he can't get the clone. He fades it. Now he's chasing Flop for fear. Flop escapes it. Cubs is taking a lot of damage. Ring of Frost. Nice on the pets here. Super critical that he lands that. Dippy's in trouble. Big damage. What was that? That was a massive arcane surge crit, I think, when we look at the damage breakdown. And that was a great setup from Cubsy. Ring of Frost hitting all the pets at that critical moment and just connecting as hard as they're getting spells in the rest of the game.
Pretty fast after the arcane surge. So I think missiles that took it down or what, but yeah, that was a tremendous amount of burst. Again, once he did get the surge off, he committed the touch of the Magi, and if he's left open, he's going to do a lot of damage. So I'm curious to see how that one did play out, but you can see comes in the arcane mage doing an incredible amount of damage. So yeah, it looks a little bit different than when he's playing against the Frost Mage Pharaoh. Like, you can get away with a lot more in this matchup.
It's like just being able to move cast, I think is the biggest deal. Whereas Frost, you gotta be able to be stationary for a second to fight, but his own game. It's fitting his play style, it's working out for them. Close the game in the late stages. Exactly. So he already got the arcane surge before that. Like some broken
Touch the Magi exploded.
Nova
He
Fontaine.
resets. Searching Magi in a second. And how does he line this up? It's Arcane Surge into Touch of Magi. Here. So Arcane Surge, Touch of Magi, Missile, Barrage. Missiles hit. Missiles hit again. I think it's like a rope. Maybe it was the Magi.
It might have been Calvish. It wasn't touch of the Magi, so long, like, wasn't enough duration. Maybe it was like a palm blast. Has no travel time. It was missile, palm blast. Maybe crit or something like that, but I mean, it could be just Calvish too. Or like a secret tech or something like that.
We will see.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
We get the stat page. We can see the damage breakdown. We can see who did it. Who's the one getting nerfed? Who's the one getting nerfed?
The damage looks a lot more reasonable on this than
Yeah,
the
with
details.
the damage, I mean, even without that, it's so this is like a team effort. This is nothing. They even watch myself for
Something hit him for 40 to death though.
this has
This right now, there it is. Where's the full road? Yeah.
He's all for it. It's like this.
Just really fatal attack for its damage.
Assassination there by Cubsy and Calvish. Ghostbusters are a small back. They want to get on top of Cubsy. They do not like him showing like this in free casting. But at the same time, this means the Tiger Toads and Calvish and stop holding targets with it. So double edged sword.
Really small man. I do think that Cubsy needs to be kept in check. Like, it's annoying to go after Cubsy,
Tiger Toes, go after the rest of the grid, and try to take him down.
Let's see. I love the music right here. I just want that played the whole time. Just play the garage.
I imagine it's you. Imagine it's you on the sax every time I hear it.
I'm gonna tell Barry. Play it for you. You won't be able to tell. Break. Just like fade in and out. It's really smooth sax. Here we go. The seconds to start. Down here between the Gus Busters and Tiger Toes. Frost Bears so far in this matchup. It's small games. Both sides are against each other. So they managed to construct a fade death. And make surgery and then construct the houses on the side. So we can't do it. Sky shot the road. Snared in the back. Wow, it's a big pushing country. Just trying to get feet with cheap shots on the shot. Stable down. It's not good. Like it's going to stand to the left here. So I'm going to go Frost. Get the important spell in this matchup. Hits that your tester wrath. It's got the pet to the second screen as well. While the power control all the 100 pets. Limit that piece master damage. Slow the game down so they can be aggressive like this on Dippy. Is the main target, it looks like, for now. Because Johnny goes around this corner. Real magically switch to the
See what they can do. Dippy getting rotted down. Is in bear form. He's trying to play it really safe. And Cutty is going to be the main focus of this game. They're getting some damage out of Ruby. Already makes a big trade. Potentially this game advantage. All the pets in it. They're making a swap on Dippy. Big damage incoming. That's here on flop. Are they going to use more survival instincts trades as well as those other defensive? Wow, this game around to use for twice. But yeah, I think Dippy should be able to hold on with that. If not, I mean, that's an insane amount of damage received from Tiger Toads. He's still not out of the woods yet.
Cutsy on the back foot right here. Wonderful position. He kept going. Flops into the blind. Pressure on the both teams. Cutsy and Dippy at the same time here.
Ah, já sei onde é que é essa rua, já. Atrás do condomínio ali de Berlim, né? Entendi. Você sabe o número da rua? Porque não tem o número aqui.
108.
108.
Most of those are available, so Cubs just needs to pick this moment here, line it up with some cheap shots. It's got the maniac setting up the target by dispelling odds first, but now he's in a freezing trap. Calvish is in the stun. Cubs can't really afford to get aggressive right now until his teammates are free. He's trying to fake Cascade Arcane Surge. He gets it off. He hasn't used touch the Magi just yet. As he brings up the stun, now he's committing it. Big pressure coming in from Cubs, able to get double breaks done by Dippy St. Part of magic cooldown for cooldown. This is a dangerous race to engage in right now between Dippy and Cubsy, but both these healers activating their immunities for crowd control. Managed to pull them back from that massive swell of damage from both sides.
That's funny to see both of them. Just exactly like you said, activate their immunities. Talking about heals from all of the damage that's coming out. They both managed to do so. Scatter into trap. Cubs is getting there. This is the smoke bomb. Cubs trying to set up his team for a win. A beautiful block there by Chun-Li. Gets hit with the smoke bomb, but he's able to reconnect. Should be fine now that he's in bear form. Flop not feared up, so I think he's going to be very careful. He's going to sit in that bear form, trying to make himself as comfortable as possible. And looks like Flop should be able to recover. He goes to the danger switches, but now he gets a cheap shot. Uh-oh, Jimmy's still in trouble. This is the touch of the Magi. I do believe here from Cubsy, and that is going to explode. They might have lethal damage still. Maybe trying to make a push against some counter pressure, but he's just not recovering in terms of HP. Finally, with the Iron Guard, he's going to find very extended roll there by Tiger Toads. Expecting a swap in that position, but they're committing to Chun-Li. It's a touch of Magi. Massive damage is swelling up on the Chun-Li. Is he going to drop? Flop connects a heal and barely does anything. Ancient of Lord needs to be enough. Is it going to be? Flop is doing God's work. Hey, keep Chun-Li alive at the moment. Just flailing his tree arms in the air, hoping he can heal it. He recovers, and Cubsy is now on the back foot. And every time these cooldowns hit at the same time, it's a massive swell on both sides. Oh my goodness, I can't believe Chun-Li survived there. Flop is just mashing his heels, praying it's going to be enough and that he survives. Cubsy, though, not looking too comfortable here, down to about 50% health. If he's making a push, he doesn't want to overextend and get caught in the stun behind the pillar either. So the dangerous game play to chase Cubsy here, but it might pay off. He gets interrupted. There's the void shift. They hold on the ice block, but finally, Prismatic Barrier comes in. Are they going to shred it? They do manage to. So Overpowered Barrier is available here for Cubsy. Next time he uses Blink, he will be immune. So he's just going to use it. There it is. No big damage incoming. You're going to smoke on Chun-Li. He trades out the trinket. I think he's going to be able to survive. So Wrath trades it. This is going to be an absolute nightmare for Cubsy. I think they have a lot of damage available. They're going to make a push.
Surge attempt number 2. Touch the Magi available now. Could be really big trouble. But here she gets silenced and kicked here. Michael connected against back with Guardian Spirit. Liberty's pre-barrier anticipating the attack. Just positioning quick for the Eastern Wrath. That's a really closer to the flop. Taking a chastise. Likely to be a second screen. Chun-Li has no trinket. Flop trinkets immediately to Iron Bar. Is he going to die through the Iron Bar? Is now the question. So not 50% of Guardian who's got into the trap. Cubsy now on the back foot. Could be at an ice block easily here. He's kiting around the map. 40 damage. All costs. Mr. Wrath is up. Pets are on him. Dippy's on him. Big damage. He gets kicked on Frost. That's a really big risk to take right now.
Só não usa seta, não dá pra saber quem vai virar ou quem não vai.
Once again, massive hitting damage. You barely miss the aspect of Turtle off in time. Mana is even at this point, but Cubsy is still holding up that ice block. This is a good shot for power for this matchup.
Brasileiro é uma graça mesmo, né? Bateram no carro do cara, o cara foi, em vez de trocar o para-choque, não, ele costura o para-choque todo, tá vendo? Aí ele põe um adesivo, é o Frankenstein, olha lá, é o Frank ali, ó, tá vendo escrito, olha lá, ó, olha lá, é o Frank, ó, que o carro tá todo costurado. Esses dias eu vi um carro com uma batida na traseira, tava amassado, bem na tampa do porta-mala, assim, afundado, sabe? Em vez do cara consertar, não, ele botou um adesivo do coiote tentando perseguir o papalégua estralado, assim, no carro. Pô, que sacanagem, mano. 108, né?
É aqui nessa casa de 10 horas.
Prontinho. Joia! Olha, tá, já tem o churrasco te esperando, olha que beleza.
Obrigada.
Nada, tchau, tchau.
Cubsy's still just sending damage. He knows it's do or die right now. They have to push it. They need to close this game out. They get the chastisement, they can't get anything out of it. It's like at the moment, cheap shots are over. Chun-Li survives.
Já tem um churrascão esperando a menina já.
Nature sickness comes through. Chun-Li holds on by a thread. Star Searchers are coming in, but Chun-Li can flop and end ball when he's around the corner. But the missiles are connecting. Cubsy's blinking in to seal the deal, but he gets trapped around the corner. Is it enough? More missiles, more barrages. He just can't finish.
Que isso, mano. Ou as partidas desse
And he will go down. And Dippy immediately after massive damage up to Dippy on the swap. He's barely even surviving the stun. He wants to play it out. And I kind of agree that maybe they should switch Kearney at some point. Kearney just sitting there like a sitting duck in such low health. Maybe to close it out. But Cubsy coming in on that arcade mage is clutch to take the swing match. And now they will have the advantage moving into game 5.
da hora, mano. Você tá doido. Esse jogo eu vou querer ver de novo, mano. Os caras vieram com uma composição ali de 2 druidas e um hunter.
high, got to wait for that mana. Maybe that's something they should have done. Back here, Cubsy. So basic on that arcade mage. I mean, this is a great series. I did kind of expect the rogue mage at this point. I was hosting just a rogue mage team. One legendary rogue mage, like I said. If fire ends up being good, you're going to have Calvus with the fire mage. All three specs of rogue mage. And Gustbusters, they're just trying to figure it out. A lot of the teams in tournaments, it's like there's two major teams. It's like you either have a holy priest and a mage plus something else, or you don't, and you're trying to figure out what you can do to beat that setup. That seems to be what the setup would be right now. I think not going to see the tournament. I don't see it. I don't think the tournament is not a big team.
Olha, um Prius do antigo.
Out there, out there. Here we go. All right, there it is. This is remember I said
Vermelho que passou. Um dos primeiros carros híbridos, né, do Brasil.
and they can also opt to just spam next to the page too if they want. The outside is under still fragile. I think maybe the shaman, maybe a little bit less support with the pharaoh and less reliable support.
Dá pra entrar por aqui, né, mano?
See how this does work. I mean, Cubsy likely just going to be sitting at a pillar. He's very comfortable at a pillar. He's channeling missiles, channeling a surge, using them one fast. I think that's probably going to be the position that he's in. One nice thing about the arcade mage is that Kleptomania, so being able to channel that, you can use it and actually channel the pillars. There's actually a lot of interesting tech with the Kleptomania. So, I know you're playing smart games, so you know that Kleptomania, you can change targets and then channel.
Like that in the chat where they're just like, I am a boomer now, I guess. I just play one talent. I just go in every game no matter what, don't change them. So I've literally never played Kleptomania. Maybe my teammates are gonna report me now for trolling or something because I didn't take it in a match ever since. I've literally never changed my talents. So I've never experienced what Kleptomania even feels like.
Oh, it feels good. If you fight a wrestler druid, you'll feel the power. You have to at least try to treat yourself. Spec it. But anyways, what I was saying is like, if Cubsy starts channeling Kleptomania on Dippy, in Kleptomania, he can switch it to Chun-Li and start removing those buffs. So like in certain situations, you can literally just make the entire team with Kleptomania. Switching targets around, it's very strong.
You can search on the totem just to get the buff up. Alright, Cubsy saw an opportunity. Kleptomania around the side here on Tibia. Looks like we're going to start this game. Chun-Li game shot from stealth. Looks like he's shot at a Cubsy some polymorphs. A scatter shot. Get out of that. Now they're just swapping Hunter. He's going to explode. Remember, it's match point. They're putting all their chips on the table for these marksmanship Hunter elemental shaman combo. It's quite fragile. So pressure's quite high here. And they get the ball right there. Marker first exchange. He's dying there.
Vamos nós!
Which I don't know.
Os caras, o Simvaldo.
Honestly, the Holy Priest is actually one of the most likely targets to buy.
I like it. It's definitely worth swapping it up.
Esse bairro aqui tem um nome que eu não lembro. Acho que é Santa Silvia, um negócio assim.
Available right now, trying to push in, but
Mas entra no aplicativo como dois córregos.
Tippy might just die. Oh no! It's gotta use his underground siding. It's probably able to keep the cover. Drop us a kidney, the gouge, get comfortable there, got lethal on Dippy here as far as no trinket, no walls. He's going to play stone ball work. Calvish is getting pressured. He's trying to reposition away. So
Boa tarde, tudo bem? Tudo tranquilo. É o Simvaldo, não é isso? Olha.
Magi's coming up in 5 seconds. Cubsy fakes and interrupts. He's going to be able to get a lot of damage. Nice counter spell on the lasso. Is Cubsy going to send it here? He's just sitting on a lot of
Vamos para a
damage.
barbearia Pérola Negra.
It's going to be up in 9 seconds. They're just blasting damage through, but we might regret getting close to them here. It's Cubsy's maximum available damage is available. So it's Calvish in a second. Just ready to try to away the next one going up. It's out of the high time for the Astral Shift, high time for the Stormkeeper, but I'll be the one in place. We all know what's going to happen though. He's got no trinket. Flop's trying to get there. He gets inside the ball. That's the outer part. That's a good recovery. He's going to die through the ball. He's swapping to the Druid instead. So much damage coming in from Kelto and Man's Boy, but Flop's trying to reach out and recovers him. I feel like Ghostbusters dealt with that situation very effectively in Manic. So the whole class is 5-day damage. Great heals there by Chun-Li. Flop realizing the situation. Now it's actually Calvish a little bit on the back foot. Flop manages to land a low cyclone, making it difficult for Purdy to actually top him off. Kleptomania is coming in once again. Chun-Li into a stun, but Calvish isn't able to really capitalize on the great bash into a lightning lasso there by Dippy. Slows down Calvish, but he is unafraid, continuing to make the push. Thinking it's going to be Dippy as the main target coming up here very soon. Jumping away, trying to get some distance. Really important against the Salty Rogue to stay max range from each other. Calvish is going to connect here. Stone Bulwark preemptively as Calvish comes into range. Arcane Surge on flop. But he's trying to solo flop at the moment. They get it. Outside of the map, and jump back with his team. And this is going to be a bit of a dampening comment from Ghostbusters. They're just trying to survive in the late game for a big one shot, Stormkeeper aim shot on target. This is Stormkeeper damage coming out on Calvish. See big damage coming in across the barriers. He's trying to reposition. And I like the positioning, the triangle positioning here. You need a triangle of wizards. And we'll see Melody gets a lost for him inside that triangle. And he hits the stun. So pushing forward, big offense box here. Shot it down, takes the place, and I think he's just going to bring her up on the shadow blades. They're going to get a double knockup, a little bit of disruption. Now he's in trouble, finish shot, nice iron bar from Flop, laying out a range of Kearney. Certainly the issue shot up on the chest is there. Instead, tree flare from Flop is only interested in this. He's got big heals, his team should feel confident here. Make some damage, Tree, that should be time. Honestly, I feel like this isn't going too bad for Ghostbusters. The only downside is Flop is behind on mana, so mana could be an issue in the late game. I think Flop's going to have to try to sneak away and get a drink, but it's not an easy thing to do, especially with Kleptomania, because Cubsy at any moment can basically just remove all your insurance, all the heals that you have available, and make it really difficult for you to recover. So here comes the Arcane Surge. Big damage here on Dippy. Once again, the smoke bomb will drop. He gets knocked immediately. Shadow steps back in. Dippy looks like he will survive. Doing a good job handling that situation. Kleptomania trades out once again onto Chun-Li here. So Flop has to play catch-up. It's just constant catch-up here by Flop. Yeah, Ghostbusters so far has been doing a good job with that, but we'll see if they can keep it up, especially as dampening gets higher and higher. All these setups become so lethal. But the Elemental Shot with Mark Shot, if you're in the open for too long, they can take you down quite easily. Big swap on Kearney here once again. Maybe getting trapped off the back end of that. He's going to get trapped. Calvish innovation, pushing forward. Gets the big shot. Flaps in the body. Trying to nudge through the Frost. But now he's in a cheap shot. Bring a Frost attempt again. When comes easy. Making all over the place. He's trying to knock him into the ring, but he's not able to. His fear action breaks the road. He's just going to
Prontinho.
Keep up their momentum.
Não. Finalizado já aqui. E um bom final de semana.
Obrigada.
Tchau, tchau. Que estranho, caiu feião o negócio. Quedinha feia.
Definitely, it's going to be a lot of damage that Flop's going to have to deal with. They make a swap on Flop. They get the bar skin, but it's not the biggest deal. Flop still has his trinket if he needs it.
maybe they can just take him down through everything, but the longer that Calvish and Cubsy are in the open, the longer Security's in the open, this damage is finally starting to add up. Dampening is getting higher and higher. They're being dragged into open waters, being jumping and dipping. There are sharks right now dragging Cubsy and Calvish into open waters, trying to take them down, have them overextended.
Both got a lot of mana here. I think Curta got a little bit more mana, so that maybe this is going the distance. This might be the longest game of the expansion, possibly in the future. Both healers drinking reset like that. Agriculture took very reluctantly. Of course, they've got all their tools. They have everything lined up. Just got arcane surge off. They've got a big goal here. They stun Couch for a good target, which at least the chest has a little bit of damage. He's in trouble. Lots of damage coming from Cubsy. The transfer of the Astro Ship, but then the switching on the John Lee.
Vamos buscar Ivaneide. João Botelho.
Flop jumps into the bomb, but he jumps into a stun. Calvish is there. Massive fleet damage from Cubsy. Kleptomania strips the Hawks, but a triple impact roar peels them away for a moment. And John Lee is recasting 8 shots right now in the back line. He stuns Calvish on his evasion. Now they cycle the evasion. We got traps behind the pillar for Cubsy and Kearney. Loading up those flame shocks. Looking to try and make their rock damage stick at some point. Kearney is reasonably topped at this point. It's around 54% damage. Double capped out and Dippy in trouble once again, though.
38. Opa, cuidado da pombosa.
Ancient of War is going to trade at a perfect moment where Dippy gets interrupted. Flop has free healing, a lot of free healing.
Tudo bem?
Calvish looking to be just dead.
Começou a ventar pra caramba aí fora, hein? A história tá indo para a rua Romilda Cotrim do Nascimento. Isso. 231. Aqui fala que é Vila Fátima, mas ali é Jardim Diamante, né? Tá.
Mas aí quando você chama, aí fica Vila Fátima.
É.
Anymore, the Kleptomania being too much, the burst cooldowns being too much, the Tiger Toads takes the series.
Alright. Outdamped. Played yourself for dampening here this time around. It backfired. Stop blocking our damage too much. They just never got a crit. There was never that big moment where like, oh god, they'd get lucky, never lucky. All the marksmanship in turn, and the Tiger Toads just played it out. So grateful that we have to highlight that our team mentions. Those other guys, frostbite is, they can't handle it. They can't handle it. When it comes to it,
Certainly sounded that like something going on.
Let's see what's this one happens. Like, it's like an arcade.
You can't leave me, man. We the only couple pages on this desk.
This guy gets arcade's corrupted me.
Resist.
Take more spec diversity on the classes. Too many arcade conditions.
I get super angry.
Yeah.
A lot of perspectives, belly perspectives. We are going to get it.
All right. Well done to them. Series, so hopefully we see them return though. I have a lot of hopes for this team. I mean, they did make it pretty far nonetheless. If they do return for a couple or two, then what do you want to see them make in terms of adaptations?
It's a good question.
In terms of adaptation,
chains in this series. So let us know in chat who exactly you are rooting for. It is the Move versus Left 4 Dead elimination. Also, both of these teams' tournament lives are on the line for the last series of the day. Who will make it to championship Sunday? Game number 1, Left 4 Dead versus the Move.
All right, are we going to see the Pharaoh Mage, Shadow Priest, Pharaoh? Ooh, this is something that you were talking about then, the Demo Warlock being tagged in. So Wiz is actually going to be playing here. We got Warlock and Pharaoh going up against the Shadow Priest Pharaoh. What do you make of this?
So the Affliction Warlock, it's got that big, so Affliction Warlock, we haven't seen any Warlock. This is the first time we are seeing Warlock. I'm really curious to see how it goes. I think Warlock's side right now, but they're doing a tremendous amount of damage. They have a 4-set bonus that basically, if they get lucky with the jackpot, then it spreads their UA to multiple targets and does bonus damage. So you can have way out on the entire team. You can be rotting down the entire team. I expect Whiskey in this game to be doing the most damage of anyone in Nash. He's going to be putting out a lot of pressure. Let's see how it ends up working out.
We'll see. It's interesting to see. He's making his first appearance here. It's going to be one of the Warlock. It's a really good just run straight up here, but we're seeing a swap here over on the canal. That's what we're having is the side of I see some pressure here off the backside as well. And it seems like this Pharaoh Warlock just wants to go off the dog. They're going to leave everything on the map. Just trying to get the side of this. They're going to have pressure.
Especially man, because the jackpots will be spreading your way around. You can put a spell, you pair that with a Pharaoh Druid, you have pressure on multiple fronts. Like, I think this could be good. I love the fact that they're running this composition. It's really good.
Yeah, we can see what happened on the replay there. Like, how did they do all this damage?
Came to Spurs, he got blocked by the shadow. It's really good. Spell up there, this day.
Wasn't enough. Just perfect combined damage. Again, she couldn't have done anything there, but it's going to be up to 2 now. They're just like, had iron bar, so I think just being that a little bit here. We actually did, that's an insane amount of force actually coming in the Colonel Druid, but telling them this is something that he's been keeping in their back pocket. It's interesting because they could kind of run just a straight up arrow here and kind of do straight up shadow priest. I think for the Affliction Warlock, you can see here the on 1.2 mid. It's the shadow priest for 1 mid, on for 1.2 mid. That means 2 shadow bolts.
Tá ventando aí fora ainda, hein?
É. Na última casa aí, viu?
Da esquerda aqui, né? Prontinho. Ó, finalizado aqui já, viu?
Ok, obrigado, viu? Bom
Nada.
serviço pra
Bom final de
você.
semana pra senhora.
E eu vou descansar.
É. Tá certo.
Nemesis, like, it is going to be that period where if
you're a Fear Warrior, you love attacking Warlocks. It's like if you zone into a solo shuffle and the enemy team has a mage, you cry. If it has a Warlock or a Shadow Priest, you put a big smile on your face and you are ready to go. So I think we are going to be seeing the Cleave composition here. This is the big test. If WizKid can survive the Cleave setup, and I really believe in this composition. If not, then I think this is going to be a very back and forth series.
Yeah, could be also a hook point. So you can tell Left 4 Dead are really setting that up. They are setting up for the Clapper make his way in here. No, they're not going to bring in the Clapper. I'm surprised to see that. They want to. I mean, it is kind of annoying, right? When you play a game and it ends when you still have like all your cooldowns, basically. You just get kicked at the worst possible time, and the Iron Bark is not enough. The enemy team just has the perfect amount of damage to take you down, and you don't really get to see how the matchup plays out. So it is annoying when that happens because you don't actually know how it would have played out in the late game.
Tá muito estranha essa live, viu? Rapaz, tá feia a coisa, hein? Deixa eu ver aqui se vai dar certo o que eu tô tentando fazer.
Yes, it is.
Have you been playing Buff Arcane lately?
Actually, a lot. Yeah, I play a lot of Equipment and a lot of Debo as well. I think I play a lot of things in my actual main, so yeah. Right now, nothing crazy, but not too bad either.
That's right there. And how do you feel? Do you feel like it actually has a place in the meta?
Demon Ball is a Warlock, I think, for sure. Like, Mage Warlock, I think, is solid in Affliction. I'm not too sure of. I think the big problem with Affliction is Frost. Like, basically, Frost Mage is just the best caster right now. They are getting some nerfs, so we'll see. Maybe that changes. It'll be a new king on the block, but Frost Mage plus like a Feral or a Rogue can kind of just run a Warlock over. It just feels like it's hard to get pressure back. But
Cara, inacreditável isso, na moral.
Shadow Priest, maybe Warlock coming ahead in this one.
Yeah, plus Fear is actually pretty strong for Feral Druids. You can get them off. You can avoid all the stunts and the kicks and actually get those off. Usually get decent value out of them. So I can see what they're going for, but it's gonna be hard to get away from the grinder on Left 4 Dead.
Hoje é aquele dia que você pergunta assim, por que eu saí de casa? Sério mesmo. O que eu fiz dessa vez? Ai, ai.
Spamming out open fire, spamming out extra pressure, and you can tell that you can already have to deal with this. It's very, very taxing.
There gets feared away. Gage doing a good job with the small map. He's going to let Gage get positions for those really low range cycle screens and get those fears out of the enemy team. Beautiful vortex there once again. Honestly, Ashley's been doing such a good job all day with those vortexes, preventing the life grip, but it does allow WizK to use his portal. So he kind of procced the vortex with the grip, and he can safely portal away. Good play there. Fuse in the meantime brought it down low. This is going to be one of those games where damage matters a lot. Both teams are going to have pressure on the Feral as well as the enemy caster. So putting out massive pressure in a matchup like this is really, really important. It is a bit of a DPS risk.
Yeah, right now WizK is not really up there in terms of DPS. Axton is actually tremendous amount of damage, but WizK kind of had a similar story in that last game. He started off on the bottom, and then he started getting his dots ramped up, and that's when he started to take over the match. As we can see, it kind of happens again here. He is behind the Gage right now on the damage. Got the stun come out on the Axton, as well as Fuse. That's going to allow WizK actually to get off his on safely, and he's going to start to walk down the enemy team. Looks like he's moving in towards Tuna. Maybe looking for some crowd control. They get the stun there. Actually swapping the Tuna there with a Shadow Bolt instead of clearing him out of that one. WizK really wants to just maximize the pressure onto the healer as well as the DPS here. But he's going to have to activate the Dark Pact. Get stunned there for a second. And Fuse also kind of running down a little bit. So Absturge has a little bit of work ahead of him. edge gets a clear on the fuse. That's going to allow him to free cast a little bit on the Wiz. And Wiz, once again, here with the power infusion, looking to get some damage done on the barrel through it. They stun Tuna as well. He's trying to make it there, but unfortunately not going to be able to find his target there. He wants to run down to his responsible. Axton is also making a nice amount of damage, but all will recover with that tranquility in front.
Good heals there by Tuna for another regrowth here. And now Axton, in this case, is going to run away looking for the soul rod. So is that really the first team moment? It's going to be the observer. This soul rod. It's going to be the dark there. This soul rod. That's what he's going to be able to put out a ton of burst damage. And that's what's going right now. This case damage is ramping up. But it seems like Tuna's able to deal with it. He's just trying to get damage pressure onto Tuna. Basically, as the fearless through the fuse, he's going to be getting damage onto Tuna, putting up as much damage as possible. Lots of stuns, but basically punishing Tuna to spell UA. Like he just did. He can spell the UA, cons, all the dots. It's really going to want to work this case on a fluid match.
Actually, keeping this game down on himself. Nice launch down there. Down as well. It's anything they can do to.
É, povo, acabei de receber um relatório aqui da Uber de que eu tô tratando mal os passageiros. Tratamento rude. A mulher fala que não gosta de trabalhar de sábado. Eu falo que eu não ligo, que eu trabalho todo sábado, todo domingo. E ela me reporta como tratamento rude. Amazing. Que se lasque, né, mano? Deixa pra lá essa porra. Ai, gente, falar pra você, viu? Tô chateado. Hoje eu não queria nem sair de casa, mano. Mas tamo aí, né? Tem o que fazer. Todo mundo vindo pro Shopping Center. Essa parada. E agora, como é que eu vou entrar aqui nessa fila doida? Já sei. Aqui. Pronto, resolvido. Sai um e outro. Cara, você faz tudo para melhorar, para ajudar todo mundo. Para prestar um bom atendimento. Aí chega uma galera assim que não tem nada a ver. Vamos levar o meu xará Gabriel lá na rodoviária. Que isso, mano? Carro de palhaço? Sai 10 pessoas dentro do carro? Anda pra frente, amiguinho. Anda mais pra frente. Isso, mais pra frente. Opa, tudo bem? É o Gabriel.
Isso.
Joia, meu xará, então.
É.
Tudo bom?
Tudo bem e você?
Joia.
Usa a RG para mim, tá bom? Sim.
Vamos para a rodoviária.
Isso.
Beleza.
Vire à esquerda na Avenida Armando Salto Ribeiro. Volta à frente e siga em frente para permanecer na Avenida Armando Salto Ribeiro. Siga em frente para permanecer na Avenida Armando Salto Ribeiro.
Nossa, ainda tem que ir no mercado. Ah, nem não tem como não, né? Como que vai fazer amanhã? Só a apresentação do meeting?
Esse é o freio no meio da rua.
Não, na cartão dia 14. Como que fica dia 14 assim? Não, minha fatura não fechou. Tá de zoeira, né?
Você sabe disso?
Não sabia.
Você sempre pergunta.
Porque se você paga dia 7, como a fatura vira dia
Porque
14?
eu recebo dia 7.
E quando que vence sua fatura?
Dia 14.
Não, vence.
Vence dia 14.
Então não fecha dia 14.
Mas eu tenho que pagar até dia 14.
Tá. Precisa saber quando vence.
Ah, é quando fecha.
Não, quando fecha, não quando vence.
Dia 14.
Não. Se o cartão vence dia 14...
Ele fecha dia 14. Eu tenho até dia 14 pra pagar todo mês. Você quer saber mais do que eu, que o cartão é meu? Então, fecha dia 7. Tem até dia 7 pra pagar. Fecha em 7 de abril.
mudou nada? Se você fechar os dias 7 e 14, tem que ter esse mês mesmo.
Prontinho.
Obrigado.
Finalizado aqui já, viu?
Bom trabalho.
Joia. Vamos buscar a Catarina agora. Só um minuto que já estou saindo. Vitória. Gabriel sou eu.
Só um minutinho que ela foi pegar uma sacola pra mim, tá?
Tudo bem.
Ai, amiga, gostei dessas roupinhas do Harry. Sim.
Tchau, Diva. Bom descanso, viu?
Vocês também.
Bom descanso com a amiguinha.
Uma delícia. Licença.
Boa noite.
Tá fechado?
Fechou sim. Essa luz aqui apaga.
Ah, tá.
Vamos para a rua Angelino Estela, número... sem número. Chegando lá, você me ajuda, viu? Porque aqui não marcou o número, não.
Tá bom. Eu acabei que eu tenho um endereço.
Tem um macetinho.
Tem, né?
Você digita o número primeiro. Depois você coloca
Veja se foi. Acho que
Avenida das Ondas 4699.
é que eu cliquei sem querer no... Sabe quando tá salvo já o endereço? Cliquei no errado.
Entendi.
Hoje tá friozinho, né?
Tá, deu uma
Graças a Deus.
esfriada mesmo.